Hello, and welcome back to the Broken Respawn podcast, where we've been away for like a month. There's dust on everything. What are we doing?
Who are you? How can you get in my house?
Who are you? I'm TBSliver.
What? Who, what? Where? What? Why?
Hang on. Am I TBSliver? Yes, I am. I'm TBSliver.
Are you TBS?
And I'm hosting this random madness. Sarin. And we've got Caedes on the end. And we've forgotten how to do this.
Did we ever actually know how to do this? Maybe we just started doing it one day.
I think we just make this shit up.
Let's be honest.
I think we built up a level of faking it till we make it, and that's all gone.
Yeah, we threw that out the window. I'd say we threw the baby out with the bathwater, but no, we found a baby, didn't we, Sarin?
Yeah. Which is currently fussy upstairs, so I get a little bit of a break here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, part of the reason why we haven't been back is Sarin's wife has had a baby, and so has been kind of unavailable due to baby going, but daddy. Not the mama,
basically.
And just time's just not coinciding, but we are back. We are back. What the hell are we going to talk about today? What have we been up to? Good question. You two have been playing a lot of two sides of a game.
Yep.
I play number one, he play number two.
Yeah.
Basically, I won't talk a lot about the story for number two, but I do like the expanded mechanics in number two. So, like, the different saber forms, the rework for your points, as well with as adding, what was it? Not augments, but basically extra special characters. You get a certain number of slots, and you get the abilities that you could, okay, this one's worth one. Yeah, enhancements. Yeah, this one's worth 1 point. This one's worth 2 points, right? You mix and match. It's like, you want extra talents? Yes. You want extra experience? It's gonna cost all three of them, right?
For context, because we can tell we've completely forgotten how to do all this. We're talking about Star Wars: The Force Unleashed and Star Wars.
No,
not the Force Unleashed.
Yes. Force Unleashed 1 and Force Unleashed 2.
Hang on a minute. No, I did this live the other day.
Star Wars Jedi, Fallen Order, and Jedi Survivor.
I have been playing Fallen Order. He has been playing Survivor.
And I've been not paying any attention. I'm just gonna leave.
Whenever Steam lets me play Survivor, because I had full intention played it yesterday, it seems like, no, we need to update it.
That was hilarious and disheartening.
That was upsetting. That was upsetting.
I'm wondering what went wrong, because you'd got the download in like seconds because your internet's decent, and then your hard drive just went, but I don't wanna.
No, the hard drive was, I don't even know. I think it was trying to download and patch it at the same time. So it downloads a little bit, patches, it downloads patches, it downloads patches. But the thing is you're downloading 4 gigs of patch, and you're putting it into a 130 gig file.
Yeah, it had finished the patch. It had finished the download though. The screen had actually said, because it downloads to a separate folder and then it patches stuff on. So I think it was just something else was just.
I have no idea. Something went finicky there.
It's finished now.
It's finished. It's ready for next week, so long as there's no other patches.
Yeah, fair. Just turn off patching,
I don't know what's going on with my lighting here, but I can see pixelation in my background.
Oh, that's probably because I've not tuned it quite right. There's been a change in lights. It's fine. It'll be okay. I can try and do it live, but it'll probably look horrible.
We're doing it live.
Yeah. So, Caedes, how has not Fallen Order been?
No, it is Fallen Order.
It is Fallen Order.
Fallen Order's the first one.
He gets it right when he gets it wrong, and he gets it wrong when he gets one.
He's out, ladies and gentlemen. We are down to 2.
I did finish it on. I did finish it yesterday. Actually, that was my stream last night.
Did you?
So I finished it last night. I have 2 major complaints about the game, but
Okay.
They're minor major complaints. They're major for me, minor for him. It's great. Why do you let me go to Dothamir that early? Why do you make a big point of saying, yes, you can go to either Zaffo or Dothamir. Either one is fine. And then you get to Dothamir, it's like, nah, mate, gotta go back. There's no way you can go here. Why give me a planet I can go to if there's literally nothing I can do there other... I mean, to be fair, you can pick up the dual-ended lightsaber, the dual saber. That's fine, but it feels like it's constantly telling you can go there, and you can't go there. And that kind of annoyed me a bit. And second of all, twin sabers is an attack. It's not a stance.
Yes.
I like my twin saber. I waited all game for my twin sabers. And then it was like, no, sorry, you can't do that. But I must admit, I did enjoy the game. I had trouble at the start with seeing Caedes as anyone other than the Joker, because that's who he played in Gotham.
Yes.
That threw me a little bit. So he's now the second Star Wars actor or second Jedi to play the Joker, after Luke Skywalker.
Yep.
And most of the fights were okay. There was a couple of little annoying bits where I mainly because I kept fucking up. The final fight was cool. The final escape sequence I absolutely adored.
My little guy actually got through that the other day as well, and he was vibrating in excitement.
There's been a bit of a trend recently in Star Wars media where they don't get Vader's voice right. They either add too much reverb or not enough bass, and it just doesn't quite sound right. And it kind of takes away from the gravitas of a Vader encounter. Fallen Order freaking nailed it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good.
They 100% nailed the voice, the scene, the attitude, the flamboyance of it. It was absolutely perfect.
I mean, and they continued that trend with the audio, because I've been going crazy about it. Is the B1 battle droids?
Spoiler alert!
Yeah.
Dude, I'm playing. What?
It's an enemy. I'm not going to tell you why they're there. It's an enemy that's there. It's like, oh no, the Empire's in the second game.
I literally have avoided all spoilers. You are the first to break that wall.
Oh no. No.
To be fair, I'm probably not going to end up playing it for 6 months to a year. The odds of me getting through more without knowing there are SPDs in it.
I've written up just because of the sheer number of games that are coming out. I've written off even being able to get around to playing it. Like, just I'm gonna end up having to binge watch both of your playthroughs just to get like get the story and like whichever time you both went in different directions.
I would recommend, even if you don't play it on stream, I would recommend it as a casual game because there's plenty of points where you can go, right, I'm going to stop here now. Or I want to play something, but I've only got half an hour, so I'm going to jump in and I'm going to do some exploring rather than some progression. It works both as a casual and as a progressive game. It was really... I thought the level design, phenomenal.
I've loved
away
what
from the
I've
whole
seen.
thing is
I've loved
the
what
level
I've
design is absolutely amazing.
The problem I have there is I have like 12 other games vying for that same place of, I can pick it up for half an hour and put it down.
And yet you keep going to Destiny.
Shut up. I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
It only counts as having 12 games to play if you actually play them.
To be fair, I'm trying my absolute dangdest not to skip ahead in my current working of Zelda.
Right.
For no real reason other than I have Link's Awakening and Skyward Sword ready to play on my desk.
Well, speaking of, as a segue, tomorrow's arrival for a lot of us will be the new Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Which, despite being out for the last 2 weeks, releases tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah. Really, yeah.
The game that got Switch emulation killed.
The game that screwed up Switch emulation. Yeah, like I hope Yuzu doesn't get hit by it, but like
Yuzu's already been hit. I can tell you that they've kept so quiet about it that they've already been hit.
They've been hit, and they're just going, you know what? We'll just stay the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, they would have made a statement if they'd
There's
not been attacked.
There's been I think there's one entire emulator that's gone, you know what? Fuck this shit. We're out.
Yeah, I can't think of... Well, no, it hasn't actually, because it was being worked on by 2 or 3 guys, and one of them in the Discord has gone, you know what, this doesn't actually increase our risk any, I'm taking it on as a solo project. He's just ignoring it and going through.
That's fair then.
So
I mean, it's like it's always unfortunate emulation. Emulation is a grey area. They're not going and Nintendo aren't actually going up against the emulators. They're going up against the people that are cracking the encryption stuff, the TPMs
that they have a problem with.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you're allowed to dump the encryption keys off your own Switch, but you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to write the software that lets you dump the code off your. Yeah.
Essentially, they're claiming that the code on the Switch is proprietary, and thus you can't use it. We had the same argument back in the PS1, PS2 days with BIOS. Yeah. It's exactly the same argument.
Yeah, and I think
we
Sony lost.
Then we'll ignore it now. I'm
going to say Sony lost that argument in court. So,
they just stopped fighting eventually. It never went anywhere.
I think it did actually. It did go to court, and it did get a reckoning, which is how emulation actually kicked off. But it's not as. I don't think it was as cut and dry, but it was very much a bit of a marginal victory for the emulation side.
It basically went to a decision of, we don't understand what you're suing them for. Come back with more information, and that's where it.
Sony in not having enough information. Shocker! News at 10.
What? ...
Microsoft.
Yeah. On this week's episode of ActiBliz.
Does Microsoft get to buy ActiBliz? The answer: find out.
Genuinely, in today's episode of ActiBliz, there's a leak saying the EU is looking to sign off on it next week, which will be the go-ahead. And let's face it, if they do, UK is going to fold. They're just going to go, we're not standing against the entirety of the EU. We're desperate to come back in for a start. So
yeah. No, that's finally. Although after the slight mess that Redfall has caused. Redfall. I don't think Sarin's seen Redfall. Caedes, you tried Redfall for 5 seconds.
No, I didn't try Redfall. I loaded Redfall. It said, please create an account. I went, no. I refused to create an account for a single player game. I'm not doing it.
Fair. I mean, from what I've heard, you're not missing much.
No.
From what I've seen, because I know that Carnage played through the entire game, and by the end of it, having seen it and read a lot of the reviews, I fully agree with his terminology on this. It is aggressively mid.
Yeah.
It feels like it doesn't know what it wants
to be. They wanted it to be open world, but they divided it into areas. They wanted it to be single player, but the publisher demanded multiplayer. They wanted it to be vampire focused, but then they've gone into the more tech Destiny side of things. They don't know what they are. They have no idea.
the art style, though the art is good, the art style is good, but it's nothing like what the trailer's shown.
They don't understand chimneys.
Some chimneys. I mean, they're American.
If you jump up on a roof and look into a chimney, you can see the roof in the chimney. It's like a kid's drawing where they've just placed it on top.
Yeah.
Here is a roof. That roof is done. Now that's a chimney. That's ridiculous.
I think definitely. They're like Redfall. When I saw the adverts, interested me no end, because I was like, ooh, vampire game. It looks very dark, gritty, cool effects, slight bit of magic, bit of and what it comes out as, it's a middle of the road looter shooter with vampires tacked on, and it's like the biggest reason that it's been panned as hard as it has is because it's come from a really big studio, from Microsoft. So it's what's the name of the studio? No, it's not Bethesda. Bethesda's the publisher.
Yeah, Bethesda are involved, which is why corners were cut.
Yeah. I've forgotten the name of it. They did Prey and begin with an A. I forgot the name of the thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No idea.
They're a big. They're
Arcane Studios.
Arcane Studios.
Arcane Studios.
Yeah, those came from a really good, well-known publisher, well-known developer house, Arcane Studios, under Microsoft as one of their new acquisitions of Bethesda. And you'd think that they and came out aiming as a AAA title with amazing videos, work for the trailers and everything else, and they're charging 70 quid for this game. The expectations are a little high.
I mean, you say 70, it's 80 on Xbox.
70 quid base, 80 on Xbox, £100 for the special edition.
Yeah, whatever the price is on Steam for whichever version you're getting, add a tenner for the Xbox version.
Yeah, that's true. And
it's ridiculous.
Like the only benefit, the only bonus to this was it was on Xbox on Game Pass. So if you had Game Pass, perfect.
Which I installed it, loaded it up, laughed, turned it off, uninstalled it.
Yeah, I looked at it and went, I don't want to install that right now. It's 110 gig or something stupid. I was like, that's an overnight download for me.
No, I already had to make room. I already had download faster internet. Do you also change the fluid in your headlights?
Yeah.
Yes, I have to train every now and again.
I got some spare fluid along with that checkered paint.
Don't worry, I had to install a new rollable content. Literally, I changed the tire.
Bike wheel?
That's a bike tire. Yeah, I had to change my tire this morning.
How small is your bike? What is it? A clown bike?
Oh, it's a folding bike. It's a Brompton.
Oh, it's one of the folding ones.
Yeah. Because I don't have a shed. I didn't have a shed in the last place or the place before that. I can leave it in the front room.
That's the same size tire my kid's stroller has. Jeez.
How big's your kid's stroller?
No, you don't understand. In Alberta, you need big tires.
Yeah, that's fair.
In the summer, you got potholes. In the winter, you got snow.
But yeah.
There ain't much else in between. Makes it easy going upstairs, though.
That's true.
It makes it real easy going up and downstairs.
Yeah. The bonus of the bike is when I'm on the train. If I go on the train, it's small enough I can put it in the overhead. So it scares people a bit when I'm lugging that on top of a piece of glass, because some of the trains over here have glass overhead storage box, and I've got bolts sticking out. I mean,
that's not smart.
Oh, well, it's not glass; it's perspex, but
no, it's glass. Yeah. It's toughened glass.
It can't be.
I'll poke it next time. I think
health and safety would have a field day with that. It's definitely not glass.
Yeah,
it'll be a tempered.
Yeah,
even tempered
glass.
Like.
Don't know. I'll have a look next time I'm there. If I remember rightly, it's cold, so it's like it is glass. It's cold to the touch, like glass normally is, even in warmish areas. So, and it makes it makes the noise. When you drag a nail, like a bolt or something across glass, it makes that sound.
Don't even think about that sound. That's a horrible sound.
We don't talk about that sound.
Fingers on a balloon.
All right, so going back to where we came from, what else have you been playing, Sliver?
What have I been playing? I started speedrunning.
Yeah, he has.
Yay! I started speedrunning, and I've been trying my best not to go and just do it randomly and burn myself out on it. I started speedrunning Stray 2 weeks ago now, and I'm loving it. Yeah.
143 was it?
143.59 my first run, and 137 something on my second. I almost gold split almost got a gold split on absolutely every single one. I missed a gold split on the sewers by 2 seconds because I died once. That was like, what?
PB's a PB. Always tell PB.
You'll have to explain that terminology. What is a gold split?
Gold split is when you. So I'll go to a split is a particular point in a.
Essentially, the game is divided into segments.
Yeah.
So if you were taking Mario as an example, every level would, at the end of each level, you would take a timestamp of how long it's taken you to beat that, and the accumulative is how long it takes you to beat the game, obviously.
Yeah.
If you take a second slower than your previous personal best, then you've got a red split because you've got plus time. If you get better than your previous best, you've got a green split. And if you beat a green split, if you beat the time by a fair amount, a really, really good amount, it's the best you've ever done, then that's a gold split.
Kind of. Almost. Yeah. Split. You know, like the stopwatch. You know that split time button you get on a stopwatch.
Yeah.
It's from that. But yeah, red split. Yes, you're taking two. It's an overall
I get the gist.
And a thing. Yeah. Gold split is I did that segment faster than I've ever done it before.
Yeah, it's red split is lost time, green split is gained time, gold split is best you've ever done.
Best I've done that. Yeah, best I've done that segment. And you can get green split is generally you're ahead of your previous best overall, and red split is behind. Because you can get a gold split on a red run.
Yeah.
Which is, it gets a little confusing at that point. It's like, what? You know.
But a split can be anything. So, again, games like Mario, they'll do it usually per level. Games like Kingdom Hearts or some of the Zelda games, they'll go on... Well, let's use Jedi, for example. Jedi would go on lightsabers. Picking up this lightsaber, getting to this planet, beating this boss. Those would be your individual splits. You wouldn't necessarily do it on level because you're backtracking a little bit. So your split can be an indication of any point where you want to go, right, that is that segment, and if I suck at that segment, that's the bit I'm going to go back and practice. I'm going to have a save that is just level 3, and I'm going to consistently play that to get better at it, to try and improve my split, so that when I do a full run, that bit's no longer a problem.
Yeah. And that's the same across every single speedrun as well. It's just like,
That's generic speedrun.
I'm probably gonna just stick to my achievement hunting, which I still need. What was it, 4 to finish off Fallen Order?
I'm debating whether I want to go and do that. I enjoyed it enough that I might go back and actually pick up some achievements on that. I've got all the secrets. I need to do the crates, for example.
Worth it. Makes it easier. How many stim canisters did you get?
5 total. I think I missed 1.
No.
That was a fair few. I figured it was 1 or 2 per level, so I wasn't sure.
How many are
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. I mean, when I say chests, to be fair, I meant the cosmetic ones more than anything else.
There's 10.
Fair enough. I mean, I've already beat the game, so it's not like I need it to be easier.
There's 10 stim canisters. And I assume you didn't explore the wing of the Venator destroyer.
Venator? No, if that unlocks post game, no, I've never done it.
It's not unlocked post game. It's unlocked. Once you get your double jump, you should be able to get to it.
Oh, no, yes, I know exactly where you mean. I completely forgot to go back there thinking about it. But that's essentially what I'm going to do. I've got all the abilities, go back, explore all the areas. I didn't particularly do it as part of the gameplay, because that would have just been boring, and it was something to do later.
The only achievement that I will, and I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again, the achievement that I had to look up on how to do is what goes around. It is achievement that states, defeat an enemy with their own slowed blaster bolt. Okay, when I read that achievement, I mean, okay, slow the enemy as they fire, it slows the blaster bolt, you do the whole Kylo Ren scene. And I'm thinking, either I push the blaster bolt back, which doesn't work.
Or pull them into the blaster bolt.
But for me, it was reflect the blaster bolt back, which didn't work because it speeds it back up. I didn't even think about pulling them into the blaster bolt.
Right. See, I would have automatically excluded reflecting it back, because I would have got that automatic. I was defensive stance, so I would have got that automatically. The fact that I didn't means that's probably not it for me. But yeah, I would say that the way you do it is you slow them, grab them, and yank them into their own bullet, essentially.
Yeah, that's basically what you have to do.
Cool, I should give that a try.
Yeah. The rest of them are pretty self-explanatory, which I'm surprised I didn't get Data Collector, which is scan all enemy types. I swear I made it a point to scan every single thing I killed.
I know I missed some. I know there was, for example, I forgot to scan the ATST pilot before he faded, so I know I missed him.
That might have been it.
And then right at the end, I opened a tomb where one of the stim packs is, and there was a little bogling that went and played on my ship. I'm like, what? That was a thing?
Yeah.
I'm actually wondering. I wonder if it's one of the boglins you got to kill. One of the cute little things.
You can scan those anyway. I've already got the scan for that.
No, see, there's a difference. There's scan enemies and scan creatures.
Yeah.
See, enemies you haven't scanned. Oh,
yeah, I'm missing enemy somewhere.
An R2.
As we're talking about speed runs, do you want to know what the record is currently for any percent Jedi Fallen Order?
Oh, go on.
Go ahead.
45 minutes.
Bullshit.
45 minutes, 21 seconds.
Do they just go, and we've got a lightsaber, let's go to the end boss and beat him?
100% is 4 hours. Most speedruns are on easy, to be fair.
Okay.
You're trying to do it as quick as possible. You take it on easy mode, yeah.
All right.
There will be people that do it on... There is actually any percent Jedi Grandmaster.
Yeah.
And that's...
There will be... Not on this one, actually. This particular split. I can't see one for Jedi Master, but... No PBC. I don't know what that is. PBC is probably a speedrun trick that I'm not aware of the term for.
No PBC. Pause buffer clipping.
There we go.
It's on the
Holy
show.
Crap. There's a glitch. There must be a different glitch on the PlayStation 5 version. They've got it down to 28 minutes.
Yeah.
Any percent unrestricted, 28 minutes, 23 seconds.
Yep.
And I believe that's the GDQ at the end of the month, so that'd be interesting to watch.
I looked at the actually, I remember looking at the forum for that, and the glitch is a cutscene and dialogue fast forward glitch.
Yes, I forgot about that. There's this non-skippable in the PC version.
Yeah, they found a glitch for it 8 months ago, and I think it just you could literally look at the times. Yeah, I guess any that are back at 50 minutes. 1 year. Yeah, every single one below an hour and a half.
Yeah,
is.
That's crazy.
God. You know.
I'm guessing Jedi Survivor isn't open for submissions yet, as it's still relatively new. No submissions. That'll be available anytime now, actually. The submissions should be going up shortly.
Depends. Yeah, I'm going to guess they've already got their...
It's usually 3 weeks to a month, and it's been out a month, so it should be any time now.
Yeah, I mean, there's the forum thread is like, I found a glitch. I found another glitch. Early out of bounds. Strange collision on area. I found a glitch. Yeah. Let's cal glitch onto the other side of doors.
Yeah.
Last post 1 day ago.
Yeah, glitch hunters will be all over that at the moment.
Actually, there's only 4 posts in the entire thing, so they're all in the Discord.
Well, there's also the other side of things, which is something I encountered briefly in my speedrunning back of Resident Evil 2, where when people were practicing at this point kind of thing, when the game first released and there was no runs, there was people putting on YouTube saying, I've got the fastest time, this is currently the world record, even though it's unofficial.
Yeah.
And there was people going around going, yeah, but there's a glitch that I know that you don't. Knock 10 minutes off your time and then we'll talk. Because there are certain people out there who will find a trick and keep it to themselves for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Just because they know that once that trick is out there, they will never hold the record again.
Yeah.
So they don't tell anybody for that reason. But obviously, as soon as you submit a run,
the run has to be public.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the big thing in Resident Evil was that there was a group of people saying, haha, you don't know about this trick. You will never attain world's best, no matter what the leaderboards say. We have the world record, you don't. And everyone's response was, prove it. Or shut up. Them's your options.
Yeah.
Put up or shut up, yeah. I
thought it didn't happen.
I would love to say that Hi-Fi Rush didn't suffer from that, but I'm almost 100% it did. But there was a major advantage that, like, when it was before it come out, I jumped into the Discord, and there was literal glitch hunting forums in there already.
Yeah, there will be.
So they were being nice about it.
Would the Star Wars equivalent of Pixar It Didn't Happen be holocrons or hypocrisy? No, holocrons or hyperbole. That'd be
No, holocrons or treason.
Ooh.
Pixar It Didn't Happen,
It's
holocrons or
treason.
Your lack of holocrons, this is disturbing me.
Yeah.
There is also some other speedrunning news, apart from the fact that obviously GDQ is the end of the month. Can't wait, week off. Finally,
I've got the week off as well. There's just going to be, I think there's just going to be a watch party in one in the Discord, just permanently the whole time.
I will be in pretty much all week. So this is genuinely my holiday for the year. I take GDQ off every year.
I need to, well, need to see about doing that on for AGDQ. But yes, although AGDQ does that
AGDQ is not going to be till January now.
That's fine.
It was usually January and then June or July, but they've moved it forward to May this year, which makes me think there's probably going to be maybe a September-October 3rd run this year, to see how that goes. But we'll see. But the news is, we spoke previously about you two doing a Super Metroid Zelda run.
Oh yes! Oh god! Yes!
Where it's both games combined, and you can cross from one to the other, and obviously you do multi-world, where Sarin picks up, you get, and vice versa. Or he can pick up stuff for you, but not himself, random chance and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a website out now called Archipelago. A group of speedrunners got together and built a website that does that for so many games, including Kingdom Hearts 2, Factorio, Stardew Valley, Donkey Kong Country 3, Hollow Knight, and Dark Souls. So I could be playing Factorio, researching upgrades for your Zelda game.
Yep.
And also, one of my favourite things is they've included Sudoku, as in the Japanese puzzle game. And I will read this. Play a little Sudoku while you're in break mode to maybe get a useful hint to where items may be in other games.
They've added that in recently then. But so the number of games is insane. Like you could play Kingdom
games.
Yeah. Sarin, you've played Kingdom Hearts 2, yeah?
I've played most of the Kingdom Hearts games.
Exactly. They've got Risk of Rain 2 on this as well.
Yeah.
So, but you could be playing Kingdom Hearts 2.
Red and Blue.
I could be playing Risk of Rain 2. Caedes could be playing
StarCraft Wings of
Liberty. And we could all find bits of each other's games.
Yeah.
In each other's things. Like I could be running around, pick something up, and it gives you like a Keyblade. You pick up.
Oh look, I could actually get through Subnautica.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all completely offline as well. It's completely asynchronous, so we don't have to play it at the same time. You could be playing and think, right, I can't get any further. I'll knock that on the head for the day.
Yeah.
I come on later while you're working, log in, and it goes, oh, Sarin's found this item for you. Brilliant, I can now get to this dungeon. Go into the dungeon, it unlocks something for Sliver. Sliver comes on later that day. Oh, brilliant, now I can do this.
Yeah, and that's perfect for the big games. Like
one of the other things that I thought about as well is, there's no reason you have to play this multiplayer. No. If you want to pick 3 games on this list, let's say Legend of Zelda, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Pokemon Red, you can go, right, I'm going to start on Pokemon Red, make it as far as I can, can't make it any further, but I did get quite a lot of Zelda items, so I'm going to boot Zelda up and I'm going to play through that.
Oh, that's a fair point. I hadn't thought about that, yeah. And as Droid's pointed out, this was on the first step earlier. They did Pokemon Red and Kingdom Hearts 2. It was Kingdom Hearts 2.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is the only one on there, so
yeah.
But the other side of it is there's no reason it has to be a different game. If you're really, really into Dark Souls, you could go and play Dark Souls, get as far as you can, get X amount of unlocks, X amount of weapons, and then get stuck. And then go, right, now I'm going to boot up Dark Souls and play a completely different build, have to go a completely different way because of the items that have been unlocked via the first game, and then go, right, can't make it any further on there. Let's play a third instance of Dark Souls. You can play the same game 3, 4, 5, 100 times, unlocking stuff for the other versions to see which one gets there first as like a bingo run.
Didn't you say someone had done like a Zelda with?
It's not Zelda. It's basically Skybills. One of the big speedrunners in the GDQ community. She has I think she said it was 30 players with a total combination of 2,000 key items that need to be unlocked across the 30 players. That is an insane amount of... Imagine not being able to progress in your game until 7 other people have found your unlocks.
Yeah.
But also unlocking shit for other people. It's fascinating. They're only going to add more games. It's going to be Messengers on here, Ocarina of Time. Overcooked. I'm not even sure how that works.
That's a fair point, actually. I'm unsure how that's even going to work.
Overcooked can be played with 4 players.
Yeah,
as part of this.
Actually,
you can have 4 players in one game, while each of you then is playing a separate game.
Oh, hello. The randomized. So, just looking it up, transforms the game into a Metroidvania with items and item locations. So the chef's
that didn't work.
Oops. The chef's abilities have been removed, so she's going to limited at the start of the game. More your inventory grows, the easier it becomes 2 and 3 stars on each level. I
want to go get the baby, and the wife gave me the death look. She's like, she's finally asleep. I'm sorry.
Touch her, lose a hand. Make a choice.
Wow.
I almost lost the hand just reaching for the baby. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm here.
Here we go. The first time a level is completed, a random item is given to the chefs. Playing in a multi-world, completing a level may instead give another archipelago user their item.
Yeah.
Once
so essentially, because that's multiplayer, we could all be playing, me, you, Sarin, Kremlik, for example. We could be playing it together, and then at the end of the level, it gets one of us an item to continue in a different game on our own. It unlocks a Dark Souls item for me, a Kingdom Hearts item. So then you spend a week playing your own game, and then next Wednesday we come back, do some more Overcooked, and progress again.
I do not have enough stream days on my schedule for this.
No, I'll be honest, Overcooked is on my it's genuinely on my do not play list. It's one of the few games that makes me irrationally angry.
Yeah.
Speaking of games that we need to play on Wednesdays, you need to pick up, or somebody needs to gift you Scrap Mechanic.
I will get it, but I'm skint this month. You have to leave me alone this month. That's all it is.
This month you've done the one thing that like anyone who's ever had any debt ever can attest to being an amazing feeling.
Congratulations to
clearing that shit out.
Man,
it has taken genuinely 10 years to clear it, but I'm done.
Yeah,
which means now I can buy more games.
Yeah. And get more debt. Wait, no, hang on.
No
you
more
burn
debt.
All the credit cards.
They're already literally the only one I had is already cut up and on its way to the tip as of Monday. It is gone, and I have the only debt I will ever now get into is when I buy my first car some point later this year, because there's no point in buying a car outright. You get a cheap one on a basic little bitch credit allowance.
What you do is
pay back to the credit rating.
Find a dealership that deals in used rental cars. That is the best way to do it, because what happens is rental vehicles are only allowed to be used up to a certain mileage.
That's true.
And they have to be kept in pristine condition.
Yeah.
In order to be rentable.
There was a guy I used to work with. What he did was he bought an absolutely rubbish car for like $100. Ran it into the ground for 3 months while putting a bit of money aside each month, and then took it back to the dealer to trade it in for trade value plus $100. So he got a slightly better car, and then did that for 2 months, and then a slightly better car, and then that for 2 months, and then a slightly better car. He just basically went back with £100 over the course of 2 years. So he'd only spent, 500, 600, 700 quid in total, but ended up with a really nice Jag out of it.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, like I know my sister actually does. It's not rental. It's basically she rents a car, but it's one of those. It's one of those. You have the car for like 2 years, and you pay X amount a month.
Yeah.
To have it, and at the end you can either pay the rest or trade to a new car. So basically, every 2 years she gets a new car, because she's like, well, screw it, I don't have that much of a.
Yeah, it's the same thing that if anyone ever says they've got a company vehicle, a company car, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
it's just on there. You do it on a long hold lease rather than a short hold.
Yeah. I mean, I if I drove, I probably would think about it, but also, I like my bike. Although I tell you what, I forgot how trapped I feel without my bike. Like I am only about half an hour's walk from work, and I tell you what, just not being able to go and bike and be there in 10 minutes was just like, what? I lost my mind. Especially when, oh God, you know the adage, something is always in the last place you look.
Yeah, because you stop looking.
Yeah. What they don't tell you is that it's normally in the last possible place you could look.
Well, that was always the other side of the coin is never hide something in the last place someone will look, because they're going to look there.
Yeah.
Hide it in the place they won't look.
Yeah. I mean, I literally, because upstairs because moving, I've still got a room full of boxes. I checked every single box in every single other room. And I thought I'd checked every single box in there until I moved a bag and saw another box sat there. And I checked every other box in the house, including the bag sat in front of it. And the bag I was looking for has just got my tire irons in for tire levers in for taking the tire off my bike. It was at the bottom of that box.
Nice.
Literally the only box I hadn't managed to search in 2 days.
Yeah. I had a similar one literally this morning, rebuilding my Plex server. Because I've upgraded my computer now, and I'm using my old computer as a server rig for me media. Builds it all up, will not post. Okay, interesting. Takes out the graphics card, no post. Take out RAM, no post. Will not work at all. Test everything individually, every single component works on its own, but combined into a unit will not work. So it took me an hour this morning to figure out what was wrong with it. Power cable was faulty. Not enough power getting to the motherboard.
Oh,
and I didn't think to check it because the kettle lead I'd got was from the new power supply. I'd obviously just kept the old one, just replaced that kind of thing. Never thought to check the new power supply, the new power cable. You don't think because it's a brand new. You think, oh, that'll work. Grabbed an old one, a spare one from 5-6 years ago. Worked fine.
Wait,
no problem.
The kettle 3-pin kettle lead.
It just wasn't getting enough power through it for some reason. The brand new
Throw that the fuck away. That terrifies
me. Oh yeah, it's
me.
gone. It's already gone.
I mean, I had something similar happen to me when I was putting in a power supply on my computer, and what I ended up taking it to the shop, and what ended up happening is one of the wires was flipped. They had the wrong connection going, like it was, you got your positive negative, and then some way down the line it went negative positive.
Oh, so fire hazard then.
So yeah, just bad day. This wasn't from oh god, who was it? Was in trouble the other day for fire for which case manufacturer nearly set several people on fire. Forgotten which one it was.
This one was a Kingston. No, it wasn't a King. Was it a Kingston power supply?
Corsair?
Maybe Corsair. No, because I've used Corsair. I stick with Corsair basically for power supplies.
Yeah, Corsair and Seasonic are two of the best current.
Cool Master as well. I like a Cool Master.
I don't remember which power supply it was. It was supposed to be like. It was supposed to be like, oh, this is like one of the best power supplies you can get. Okay, I'll get that one. Doesn't fucking work. Switches back to Corsair. That's what I've been looking for.
Yeah. I run Corsair in mine as well because it's just like I need something that's semi-modular because I need the 24-pin. Like it's nice when you can unplug it, but also
Yeah, I like a full modular. The one that's in my server is semi-modular. The one that's in my rig is full modular, and I definitely prefer the full mod.
Well, actually, it depends on. To be fair, to me, it depends on the size of the case. I actually can't remember if I've got a full modular in this one, but it being a fractal define R6XL, one of the biggest cases you can get, without being like actually stupid. Being able to go, oh, actually, I need a longer cable instead of just getting extensions is kind of useful. Especially you can go to Cable Mod and just go, I want one that looks shiny. Yay!
Did I actually show you the case I've got?
I think yours is bigger, but only because it's got like feet.
Yeah, it's basically a dual rig case. It's the
that one.
Enthoo 710.
It is.
So it fits 2 full computers in it.
Yeah, that is
gorgeous.
That is insane. And I'm waiting for you to say, oh, and I've fit my second streaming rig into it.
No, I've used it for hard drive space at the moment, but I may be tempted to build a mini ATX into it.
Yeah, well, I'm.
Well, that's next year's project. I'm not even looking at that this year.
Yeah, no. When I've got the cash, I'm looking at making a dual rig because I've had enough of stutters and stuff while streaming that I know isn't a game that runs fine normally. Like, otherwise I need to upgrade my it's like either I upgrade my graphics card so it just doesn't care and my CPU so it doesn't care anymore, or I spend less money and build a second machine. Because 4090 is $1,500 these days. It's like no.
Yeah, I got mine for 1.3, which was as cheap as I could get it.
You mean like I did?
Yeah.
You've not got a 4090.
I'm gonna say you're the only one not on a 40 series, aren't you now, Sliver?
I'm on a 20 series.
I'm
2080, I think. 30. I think you're on a 2080 on your main rig.
Oh,
okay. I'm on a 2070 Super.
I'm on a 4080.
Yeah.
Mine's a 2080.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's different when you're creating content because you kind of though you could run it on low quality the whole time, there's only a certain few games where you can get away with that.
Except for me the other week on Mech Warrior. Nah, fuck that shit. Settings down.
Fuck that shit.
No, I know it's a 4080 and it can run it on RTX, but no, settings down. I want smooth.
Yeah. I mean, you're right, and you turned it down, and it still looks good.
I mean, Mech Warriors is a gorgeous game anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I run it on high on a 2070 with no ray tracing, and it runs beautifully.
Well, that's the reason we got the 40 series raid, because GPU mining died, as in, was it Ethereum that was being mined on there? That Ethereum absolutely fell through the hole. So they needed a way of getting rid of those drives quick and making money back. So that's why we got the 40 series.
Yeah, I remember I did like maybe 4 hours of mining on my rig at one point, and just to like play with the stuff because I was like, interesting. I think it made like $30, £30, whatever. I can't remember what it would equivalent for. Yeah, that's like £2 now.
Yeah.
Just
Did you see this thing going around recently, or a while back, to be fair, about there was a Halo 5 tournament somewhere, or a Quake tournament or something like that, and it was like first place 1,000, second place 300, third place some
was it all crypto?
Yeah, and then fourth place was like 20 bitcoins.
Oh.
Fourth place got bank.
Fourth place 20 bitcoin. That's the peak that was 60.
Yes,
what was
please.
What was a bitcoin?
At its peak,
like
that was
60.
At its peak, that's probably close to a million, to be fair. 20 bitcoins were that's a lot.
Yeah.
The highest price was almost $70,000.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, so you're talking 20 times 70. So 700, that's 1.4 million. No.
Please, thank you.
140. Yeah, no, 1.4 million, that is right.
Yeah, 1.4 million. Yeah, no, I mean, I went to...
Fourth place. I'll pay for that.
I'll
Definitely.
have that. Yep, sold. What was it? At EMF camp in... I can't remember which year it was. Before the COVID times.
Before the dark time.
Before the dark time.
Before the Empire.
The bar took Bitcoin as a, like, you know, it EMF camp, electromagnetic field, full of hardware and software geeks, just and makers and people just saying, you know what, why not? We had a full a fully hackable badge, think DEF CON level hackable badge. Where it had a screen on it and you could play games on it, you could write code for it and do all sorts of things, and they talk to each other, and there was some amazing stuff done on it. And so the bar, apart from normally taking cash and stuff like that, took Bitcoin, because why not? You know, Bitcoin was like maybe $5.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was a Bitcoin for a bottle of beer. They had 800 Bitcoin. Or something fucking stupid, and they saw the price going up, and they were like, "We need to sell that now." That bankrolled the next like 2 EMF camps they did when the price hit the thing, which was great because the next 2 EMF camps they had to cancel one of them because COVID.
Can you imagine being that guy who was like, yeah, no, I bought a beer as a joke for a Bitcoin. I had the money. I could have just bought the beer, but, you know, it was a laugh, weren't it? And then looking at the prices and being like, God damn, that was a 70 grand beer.
Yeah.
Wasn't even that nice.
At the time, but yeah. No, it was just like, wow, okay. I regret not investigating it and just going, you know what? Fuck it. 5 Bitcoin, £1, go on then.
Yeah.
I would have sold it immediately as soon as it hit that number. Like, sell.
I would have bailed on that too early. I regret not doing it, but had I done it, I'd have probably not made as much anyway. So it's not really a big deal.
Yeah, it's one of the. I mean, to be fair, I probably would have bailed at 20k and be like, yeah, no, I'm happy.
I mean, I'd be honest, I'd have bailed at 100 quid. If I spent £1 on something and its value is now 100, you better believe I'm cashing that shit. I was in debt.
That's fair. That's fair. If nobody ever spent them, they'd be worthless. Yes, that's very much the case. And it's just like... oh, dear. Well...
We went off on a tangent.
I don't even know where we ended up, but it's somewhere in a field in fucking outside of London. That's where EMF camp was.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Here's a thought for you as well. For those of you who don't know, me and Sliver are basically going on holiday together next year.
Yep.
As part of as part of Armco, we're going skiing in France near the Swiss border, and that's going to be fun. But it did occur to me that Sliver's never met me.
I'm just going to be waiting at home.
The first time we meet is going to be me pulling up to his door, shouting "Get in," and then driving for the border.
Don't ask any questions. Just get in. Like, what? That's going to be
kind
brilliant.
of appropriate.
Yeah. Absolutely perfect. Yeah.
It's time to explain.
Okay. What you need to do is find a Moogle full face helmet. And
if you think my car isn't going to have Go Faster Moogles on it, you are sadly.
I mean, I kind of expect you to be wearing like the knitted cap, the one which goes down around your ears slightly, like beanie.
Oh, the Jane Cobb.
Yeah, the Jane Cobb with instead of just the bobble hat, it's on an actual spring in red. Just a red pom pom on a bobble.
You can get that. The Moogle one does exist. I could do it.
But
to be fair,
I will expect nothing less.
I do think it would be appropriate for me to rock up with my baseball cap with my Twitch logo on it.
I mean, that would work.
As I do have one.
I should probably yeah. We'll just have the broken. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll make sure I've got the setup right, and hopefully, or get the setup to Sarin, and we'll have to do a podcast while we're out there.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Yeah, and here from the snow is the Broken Respawn podcast.
We have a wasted and 20
I
other
regret
Armco
nothing.
people. If the data's good enough, I'll fucking try it. I can stream off my phone.
I am expecting the data not to be great, but if it is just a case of coming in via satellite phone equivalent, then yeah, why not?
I mean, just get wasted to bring his Elon Sat. I've forgotten the fucking
Starlink.
Bring Elon Sat Starlink. Bring his Starlink set up with him.
If we can't call it the Grand Tour, we need to call it the
epic fail.
The broken camper van, to be fair.
Yep.
And I need to start a GoFundMe so I can join you guys for this.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is actually one person coming from North America to actually join, but I'm expected to put £600 or £700 aside for it.
Who is that? Because I don't think Abby had confirmed yet.
Have they not?
Not that I heard of, anyway. He's not been added to the Discord, so
it's one of the ones that's basically confirmed.
Okay, fair enough.
I just can't remember who it is.
The worst thing is there's a separate little Discord built up just for chatting about the holiday and confirming everything, planning all this kind of stuff. They won't stop talking about food.
I know, right?
All day today they've been talking about some sort of cheesy pasta thing called.
That wasn't yesterday.
That's today.
That was like a month ago.
No, Casapatzel, Kasepetzel. Casapetzel.
Casapetzel. It's cheese, pasta, and fried onions.
It's basically a fancy mac and cheese, but I want it.
Yeah. You take. Oh god, let's actually look it up. Look it up.
I believe that one is German. Yes,
it is a German. It is a German thing. Käseplätze, German cheese spitzel, and it's Swiss cheese, caramelized onions, and pasta baked.
I particularly liked this sentence. The key to Käsepetzel is that if you think you've added enough cheese, double it.
The right answer.
Cheese.
I think then someone did also say we can't spend the entire holiday eating cheese, to which we all replied, stop us.
Just try to stop us. If we haven't got enough cheese that we're at danger of summoning Makor immediately to the location, we don't have enough.
My exact response was, you continue to underestimate me.
You continue to underestimate the three of the Brits. Me, Caedes, and Wasted will just gorge ourselves on cheese.
Yes, but Yeah, no, I'm well looking forward to it, especially if the missus can come as well. She's looking to get the time off, so that will be an awesome time. That's going to be February 3rd. So, pre-warning, there will be no streams from the two of us. You will be down to Sarin only, and I'm going to I'm going to throw Kremlik on, and he can take over the channel for a while.
Yeah, that works. That works.
Hang on a minute.
Hang on.
I'll just do an extra stream, honestly. If that's the case, like I'll play something for an hour.
Yeah. Well,
we'll have to get you multi-streaming to all 3 channels.
We can
putting on voices and pretending to be a Brit.
I can probably set that up.
Easy enough. You just need a stream key.
Yep. Well, I mean, I set it up a similar way to the way Barry does for JP. He has a restreaming setup, so we can just turn them on and off at will, so we can just go to whoever's new. Because of course he's got a decent setup for that.
The easy way to impersonate me is just play RPGs and shout at them. It works.
Yep.
No one will know the difference. It's fine.
The more obscure, the better.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well. Have we run out of topics?
We are 3 minutes shy of the hour?
Annoying that
4 minutes shy of the hour.
I pushed the button.
Sarin pushed the button. Sarin has set himself up a
switch off
soundboard. So now we're going to get copyrighted by Star Wars.
That's it. Disney's coming for us.
Disney's coming for us now. This is the last time you'll see us all. We'll all be off it. We'll all be off in handcuffs.
Bye,
soon.
everybody.
Holidays cancelled. I need the monies for legal fees.
I'm going to Mickey Mouse jail.
You're gonna be sat there next to Ron DeSantis.
Oh God. Sarin's like, who the fuck?
And what?
And on that note. Oh dear.
Caedes first because of that joke.
Caedes first. Yeah. Okay. Caedes, you're up.
Well, speaking of obscure RPGs, as we have just finished Jedi Fallen Order, we're back to Persona. So as of next week, which will be, what day are we on? 16th, Tuesday, we will be playing some Persona 2, which hopefully will be a better port than Persona 1, because holy crap. But you can find me on Twitter talking nonsense and on Twitch streaming nonsense. Sarin.
Me. Well, Friday you guys will see more Grounded. I'm gonna try to stay away from some of the spider boss fights, but if you're not too keen about spiders, just try to, be wary. That it is possible you will see a bunch of them. Other than that, if Steam will let me, I'll be playing more Star Wars Jedi Survivor on Wednesday, followed by more physics-breaking scrap mechanic with Sliver afterwards. We'll see if we can get this contraption of ours moving.
Oh God!
Finally. On to you.
And we'll have to see if we can get Caedes in as well. I might just throw you a bloody Caedes.
I'd love to.
Yeah, so I will be back tomorrow, he says. Yes, I'm back tomorrow with more Zelda. Continuing on with A Link to the Past. I am currently lost in the Dark World. Unable to get through the first bit, so I might have to look that one up, because screw it, there's no point getting stuck for too long. So yeah, trying to get through the... get through all the Zelda games. Otherwise, on Tuesday, I'll be back to do some more Stray speedrunning. I want to get it under an hour and a half for the run, if not better. And if we get it under an hour and a half, I'll definitely be able to do 2 runs in a night. And we'll see. And then Wednesday is, scrap mechanic shenanigans with Sarin and possibly Caedes. So yeah. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. UK time. And actually, hang on a minute, is it next week? No, week after is short play, so we'll deal with that later. So, on that note, if you haven't already, as Caedes has put in chat, click the thumbs up button. We really appreciate it. It helps the recorded video get seen by more people. Add a comment of your favorite random speedrunning moment or favorite Zelda game, or I don't care. Write something in the comments. It's great. We'll try and reply.
The best thing about the thumbs up is you can pretend you're a Roman emperor, and we can be Ave chat. We who are about to stream salute you.
Yes. But that is it from us lot. We will hopefully be back in 2 weeks' time. I'm on holiday that week, so I have all the time in the world. Or I might just be drunk. Probably not.
You'll probably be drunk.
I don't really drink that much. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But thank you very much, everyone, for joining, and we will see you next time. Or see you in the Discord, brokenrespawn.tv/Discord. Join us, chat, enjoy the shenanigans, and yeah. Catch you all later. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.